Once here again, GenXGuy.com. Welcome to today's show. Yesterday I showed you a video from Fox News, the interview, and I thought it was very interesting. I hope you really enjoyed it. But you know, my purpose of that was only to really, because I look at that from the corporate world, from my past experience, and you know, some of the strategies that they employ. And I find that you know, while the advice is very good and sound, I just don't know what your success rate is, and only because there's so many people out there, and you know, the mentality of the corporations right now is to try to do more with less, right? You know, when you really kind of seen what's happened over the last number of years, companies have downsized, and you know, they've shrunk their workforce, and they've made themselves more efficient, and really in each of these industries, in each of these silo industries, there's less jobs, which means that there's more people unemployed. So what's really kind of happening here is companies are making themselves more efficient in an effort to improve the bottom line. And what we're seeing here is the employees that are left. Okay, so let's say where maybe in your job 10 years ago there was 5 or 6 or 10 people around you, and today there might be 2 or 3 of you doing the same job. There might be one. You might be the only one. Where a few years ago there was sort of a group of you. And you know, the organization may have shrunk, possibly, but you know, let's assume that they are the same size or they're even larger. But what's happened through technology and innovation, they've actually grown or became more effective in what they've been doing. But I think fundamentally what's there in the corporate world is, you know, they want to pay you at wholesale. So what happens is here we have a difference between what we think we should make and what value we have in the marketplace versus what we're being paid. And if you do online research and these personnel agencies, they say you should be making this, but you're really making this. And what you're trying to do is close that gap. But what the corporations are trying to do is keep that down. Because really what they're doing is they're trying to maintain their bottom lines. They want you to go to work, they want you to do that work, and they want to pay you as least amount as possible. They want to make the benefits programs, all these programs, the most cost effective for them as possible. And the thing is, if you don't like it, you can leave. And if they don't like you, they can make you leave. You know, so it's an unfortunate situation. So I think what happens here is it sort of left us in a situation where, you know, we need to put some strategies in place, and we need to look at some options here, and we got to look outside the box. We really got to look outside the box, and sometimes it requires us to look at different avenues, different opportunities. You know, the Fox News story kind of ended on a point where, well, maybe start your own business. So, and that's kind of what I did. You know, I worked full time in the corporate world. Tell you a quick story here was, you know, I moved to Moncton about 8 years ago, and you know what I found was over those coming years, so I got recruited from a competitor over, and you know, and they enticed me to come over, and here's the salary and bonus and package and all that kind of stuff. But I found over the following years, once I settled into that company, regardless of the effectiveness that I was employing the strategies that you learned in the Fox News story, despite the fact that I was employing those strategies and impacting the organization bottom line, my salary was going down or was kind of staying the same, but cost of living was going up. My bonus program was going down. So really at the end of the day, my T4 year over year was shrinking. It was shrinking, but I was adding more value, so it was actually going in the wrong way. So it's, you know, and I was senior level management. Excuse me. So, you know, it goes to show that, you know, what you feel you're making, what the organization's paying, there's a gap there. And the idea here is if you can feel that, start to shrink that gap, that's great. And if you can't, then you need to look at outside the box. You need to look at other avenues. So on tomorrow's show, I want to show you a little bit about what's going on in the workplace as far as the number of jobs, different industries. I want to show you another video, an example from a friend of mine who explained it very well. I couldn't explain it as good as he does. So I want to share that video with you, and I hope you stick around and for tomorrow's show. And I look forward to hearing your comments, some feedback down below, and hopefully some of this stuff is inspiring and making some sense. And I hope you're having a terrific day. So we'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.